So it's amazing how Pink and Blue, a love story, was thought to be done. And this was actually the cover design. I created the concept and then went back and forth with my graphic designer, Starchild, to make it happen. And so the idea is that her pink scarf is flying off towards him, and the bluebird's flying from him to her, but they're both kind of oblivious to it, which happens to us often in love. It's right under our nose, right? But I wanted to have kind of a Wes Anderson feel, where it's a little bit animation meets real life, you know, actors and such. But I would love to see this scene, because now this is no longer the cover design for the book, but this is going to be one of the first scenes in the book. And I wanted to start off in animation and then slowly morph from like a storybook to the real world, these pencil sketch characters to regular characters, but I want the bird and the scarf to stay animated. Because the point is that there's a little bit of fantasy and magic. There's a little bit of the surreal happening simultaneously with the real all the time. And I love that. I love the idea about Pink and Blue love story. I love, you know, being grounded in, you know, layers of consciousness with love. And then I also love the idea of just flowing into it and falling into the fantasy. And so with the design concept of Pink and Blue love story, which I'm working on doing some editing, you know, as with Art of Love, the book is all channeled, and one of my favorite parts about writing books is the organization process. I love creative problem solving and deductive reasoning, so kind of like, you know, kind of like you're putting a puzzle piece together and you're getting it one bit at a time, which is really fun to me to ultimately organize it. But that's the design concept. It's going to flow into like once upon a time, and, you know, it starts out this story of this really just, you know, hopeful, if you will, and a lot of times you'll find her to be a little bit hopeless, like most of us, romantic, who's just opening her heart and just telling her story of love from start to finish. And even the moments of feeling unworthy of love, and the times when you thought it was love, but really ultimately it ended up just being a teacher for you. And also learning that no matter what, every time you follow your heart and you speak your truth and you believe in love, you're better off for it, whether it's, you know, happening or real or fantasy or what. The point, when you get back down to it, is just to love. So with that said, I'm so grateful. I love my book so much, and it's not done yet, is what I found out. It's actually just getting started, and that's exciting to me. So about 40,000 words in, so it's going to be a decent size fictional novel, and again, working to turn that into a a script rather, for a film. So much love. Stay tuned.